I hope that intro got you as hyped about this war video as I am, because yeah, this was so fun to do. I took Purgatory to war for the second time, but the first time she's actually been ascended for it, and it was an absolute blast. But before we get there, we have a couple path fights with Tigra. We'll start off with Node 1 thing here. I apologize if I sound a little funny, I'm a little sick right now, but I needed to get this video out as soon as possible, since the war season is already over, and eventually people are just not going to care about clicking on it. But yeah, so we're working on this Node 1, which is really easy. This is like the 8th time I've Tigra'd a thing this season. Usually it's on Node 37, but it was placed on Node 1 this war, and it's really no difference. Honestly, this one's probably even easier, but it doesn't really matter. Next up, we have Bishop on Node 10. The thing with Node 10, and I've learned my lesson on this on multiple occasions, is that before you go for initial parry to trigger Masochism, always make sure to see if they have recoils first. So I dash back to see if they did, and they do. So I'm good. It's a good thing I didn't go for a parry, because I would have taken a combo, because the Masochism triggered on the recoils first. So it's a good thing I did check out for that, or else I would have lost a lot of health there. But either way, we have lost more than half of the duration of our senses already, so I'm going to go start refreshing those. We can counter Bishop's SP2 really easily. We just need to get him to throw it, and then dex the first hit, and then the next 3 we can just phase out of. So we throw a SP1 here, get our blue sense back, and now we just need to build the SP2 for the kill. I can counter Bishop's heavy attack with my heavy attack, however sometimes the spacing won't work, so I don't try it most of the times here. We're just going to counter his SP2s with our heavy attack. That's mainly how we're going to do it. He is really stingy with these special attacks in this fight, so I don't stack nearly as many ruptures as I'd have liked to, and my senses do fall off quite fast. However, we're getting the job done. We just need to refresh our orange sense, or I might not even go for it. I might just try to go for the kill at this point. And yeah, we're just going to bait one more SP2. Never mind, I'm throwing an SP1. I don't remember. I did this like 3 days ago. Anyway, we counter that SP2. You always don't want to bait SP1 in this fight, because Tigra won't be Incinerate immune. However, she won't take the special damage because she can phase it, but she'll take the Incinerates afterwards. So always bait the SP2 there. It is a risky fight, but a fight that I was comfortable taking, so it went perfectly fine. You could, in theory, take that with a Mega Sentinel as well, but again, I felt comfortable enough to Tigra it. Next up, we have Doom on Node 19. This is pretty easy for her. It's basically the same game plan as Bishop. Anti-bait SP1, bait SP2, dash away from the initial projectiles, or the initial hits, and then phase the 3-beam. So we are just going to go for an intercept there, try to push him to SP2 before he throws an SP1, and then we can bait that out, and it's pretty easy from there. We're going to bait it out, dash back, dash in, heavy attack. I think I'm going to go for one more heavy attack, and I'm going to cancel, because I would have gotten 3 bars of power on accident if I had let that last hit of my heavy attack connect. So we're going to anti-bait his SP1 as best as possible, which does mean we have to take a lot of block damage, because Doom's block penetration is very high, but it's not that big a deal. We dex the SP1, or phase it I should say, cancel into the SP2 again, and Doom is basically dead, or is dead really. Anyway, next up, we have Node 28 Silk. This was a very scary fight, but Omega Sentinel is going to counter the regen, so as long as I can intercept, it shouldn't be a problem. So we are going to use the heal block pre-fight just to keep that regen under control. We want to get an intercept as early as possible, then start getting the heal block. We're going to get it right there. Now I need her to throw her SP1 while she's taunted, and I'm baiting it out, and I just tried to dex it because I wasn't ready for it, and she threw it at a time when I wasn't expecting, and I'm basically dead. And I'm like, well, okay, that's fantastic. She just threw it when I wasn't expecting. It is what it is. I just kind of have to take the death here. My taunt fell off. She didn't want to go for an intercept there. I'm trying to get an intercept. She's not feeling like it, and I'm like, if she throws a special, I'm dead, and she just throws it. So that sucks, but it is what it is. It's just this tactic, man. Once that taunt falls off and they have a bar of power, it's basically over. Anyway, we're gonna go back in, heal her up. 3 potions are gone just like that, but oh well. And you're gonna see, we're gonna actually destroy her on the second attempt. Like, it's gonna go so well, and I'm just like, why couldn't it have gone that well before? We block all the special ones, take barely any damage because we have the armors, we have the steadfast, we have all the good stuff to keep me really tanky. We're gonna bait her SP1, and we're gonna throw the SP2. Actually, I'm gonna do an SP3. This does place 6 Incinerate, so it's almost as good. Well, it is basically better than the SP2. But I wouldn't always go for it. Anyway, we're just trying to keep that taunt active, and we just need to keep our Incinerates paused, all the debuffs paused, keep intercepting, and then we'll be fine. Apparently I triggered my auto block there, but it's not that big a deal. She's gonna die just like that. So anyway, I just wish the first attempt could have gone as well as that second attempt did, because that second attempt absolutely was perfection. So it's frustrating, but whatever. Okay, so next up, node 37, Maestro. And this fight I was actually kind of worried about. I was like, I think I can do it, but I am a little nervous. And you're going to see how well it goes as soon as we start. I'm going to get all the boost on, especially all the Mystic Power boost. This helps me spam my specials a lot faster. So what we're going to do first is get to our SP3. This is going to give us a massive power gain. It is a really long power gain, but does give us a full 3 bars once it's fully extended, so we are going to block his SP1s mostly, just so I can take as little block damage as possible. I don't want to risk misdexing it. Purgatory does have a lot of energy resist, so even if I block it, I take like a lot less damage than normal. We're going to throw the SP3. We get a big power gain after this. The goal here is to get as many bars of power as possible, because once we reach 9 bars of power, then we'll have a neutralize on him, which will help with the personal space regen. We are going to nullify a buff every time we gain a bar of power as well, so that's going to help with Mystic Dispersion. So as long as Maestro throws a special 2 here, the fight is basically under control. We have 5 of our soul charges here, so we don't have that neutralize up yet, but we are pushing him as far away from us a lot, so we don't even have to worry about getting that neutralized. We finally have it now, so the regen is basically under control. It's not a 100% neutralized, it's only 65, but usually that is enough. And you can see the SP2s are just getting spammed like nobody's business. It's honestly crazy how well she did for this. And he's in his Cosmic Rage mode now, but we have energy resist, so we take barely any damage from that radiation buff. And he's going to die with the SP3 right here. We can see the glorious Purgatory SP3 animation to finish this guy off, and that just got me hyped up for the next Purgatory fight I have later in the war, which we'll get to right after this next fight with the Mega Sentinel. So we'll be taking node 40 Omega Red with a Mega Sentinel, and this is a pretty easy fight. I just need to keep the taunt active. I can't throw specials in this fight because I'm going to barely be getting any because of Burden of Might, and even if I throw them, they're mostly energy damage, so high energy diet makes them basically irrelevant. But the good thing about this fight is that this person plays with recoils, meaning it will take some damage at the start of the fight, but after that, it's really easy because they're taking recoil damage, so we're just going to be blocking his SP1s. And yeah, he's already down a lot of percent. I haven't counted anyway. He's already down a lot of health just because of recoil damage. And here is where a big issue popped up that I wasn't even thinking about. So normally when you're playing a robot against a Mega Red, you never hit 10 charges because he inflicts them so slowly, and when he throws those special attacks, you dash as far away as possible. Well, with the Mega Red with Tactic, because of the fact that you're rooted all the time, you aren't getting away from him as much as normal, and I completely forgot about that factor, and I'm at 3% health. I'm like, oh, okay, well, now I just have to play perfectly or I'm dead again. It's just an aspect of this fight that I completely overlooked, because never in my MCoC career have I played a robot and hit 10 Spore charges against an Omega Red. It's just something that I didn't even think about because it's never been an issue. Luckily, it still wasn't a big issue because I did solo him, just barely though. And that was my only Omega Sentinel fight, my only other Omega Sentinel fight of the war, so I don't need to heal her back up, so I really can't be mad because I got the solo and I don't need to spend potions, so it went just about as badly as it could have gone, but we did live. That's the important part. So next up, we have node 43 Korg. Purgatory, I've said it many times, is an excellent Korg counter. She has all energy damage, so you never take thorns from his Sig ability, and he has negative energy resist to make you deal even more damage. She's Incinerate immune, so that covers the portion of Hazard Shift, and then we also have an Odin pre-fight, giving us the shock resistance, allowing her to attack freely in the other phase. When a debuff expires on Korg or is purified, it's going to get slowed, so I don't even have to worry about the Unstoppable. So she counters basically everything that can possibly make this fight hard, except for the Purify, and that's really not even that hard. We just have to be aware of it. So anyway, we just need him to throw specials, and he's been pretty good at doing that. So we're going to finish him off with this SP2 here and the degen that comes with it. And yeah, the degen's going to finish him off here. I'm probably going to Relic Intercept, I think. But no, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to finish him off like that. So anyway, that's the second Purgatory Fight of the War and the last one. I wish I could have gotten more, but I hope 2 was enough for you guys. Last fight is going to be Adam Warlock on node 47. This is a big Adam Warlock, and I've never fought an Adam Warlock this big on this node. It is worrisome because if this fight goes out of hand, you're basically dead. I've seen some of the most skilled players in the game die to this fight with Tigra just because if he doesn't cooperate a lot, it's basically over. And already at the start, it's pretty bad for me because he's not throwing his special attacks, and I need him to throw special attacks as fast as possible for this fight to work. So here I'm going to push him to SP2, and the fight is basically over at this point because now he's got so much power. He's spamming his pod that I can't prevent because I don't have a Soul Barb. I'm pretty sure the Soul Barb is what prevents his pod. I know it does something to his kit. I don't entirely remember what, but I'm pretty sure it does stop the pod. And yeah, now I have no idea what just happened. He somehow threw an SP1 in the pod, so I just lost 40% of my health from that. And I'm like, how did that just happen? I don't know what I just witnessed. So we're going to go for an SP3 to get our senses back. We're going to throw it into his pod, and yeah, so just like that, we get the SP3. We're going to get our senses back, and now I'm like, okay, I can salvage this fight. I just need to be able to get to the point where I can nuke him down before he continues to just spam his specials like nobody's business. So we're going to bait another SP2. He throws it. He's going to be in the pod. I'm faltered at the end of it, so I can't even get it off right. I'm going to go for an SP1 here. That's going to place the falter on him. And now I'm like, okay, if I can get to my SP2, he's probably dead. It's just a matter of getting there. I need to throw another special because I need to get that power, the encroaching falter off of me. He's going to go for his pod right here at the end of his special 2, and then again because of his Sig ability, so 2 pods back to back. I'm like, okay, I can do this, I just need to get to my SP2, and then I forget, if you block his second light attack, you're dead, because he's going to activate his Sovereignty. It's just so frustrating. I only had 1 non-tactic death, now I have 2 of them, both of them with Tigra, which is even worse. It sucks, whatever. And I'm only 40% reviving because the war was already over, the season was already over, it didn't even matter. Here, I'm going to die a second time just because I didn't heal up, so it's going to go pretty bad for me, and he's just being uncooperative once again, so it is what it is. That's 2 deaths to this fight. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, what's going to happen? I don't know what happened. He threw his SP2 before my medium connected with him. I guess I was slow on countering the heavy attack. Yeah, it sucks. That's 2 deaths to this fight. But whatever, season was already over. I almost gave 3. I missed a parry because my game lagged. Anyway, we did lose the war. We locked our spot in Platinum 1 at least, so didn't really matter. But at the end, I'm going to show right here my awards and accolades I did get for this season. I'll put these in my season recap video that I'll probably make tomorrow as well. But here we go. So this is a profile pic that I just got as a Christmas gift from the Alliance leader. He makes these profile pics for if you win an award for the season or just on a special occasion like Christmas. So anyway, he just asked what character I would like it on, and I said Captain Britain, naturally, because that is my channel profile pic to begin with, and he made this beautiful Captain Britain profile pic. It looks absolutely amazing. I used it as my Discord profile pic for a while. I use it as it's my line profile pic right now, and I absolutely love it. But my award for the season, I did get the BG3 Mini Boss Killer Award. I had taken and soloed the most amount of mini bosses in my battle group this season. So, and considering most of them were taken with Tigra, I was awarded a Tigra. I'm not exactly sure what you call this. It's not a profile pic like the others, but like it's just a badge almost, an award almost. Anyway, so that was what I got for doing the mini boss, and then it came with an additional profile pic if you got an award. So I picked Tigra for that one, which is my current Discord profile pic as well. So that's another beautiful profile pic for the collection. And yeah, there you have it. Those are my awards for the season. I'll start talking about these again tomorrow in my recap video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.